Tony D and little Joan and the dogs, guest dog somewhere in the background. And this is a Screenwriter's Rant on Dune Part 2. The official trailer dropped the other day, and it looks good. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Timothy Chalamet seems to be on point. Josh Brolin always is. What's his name? You know who he is. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Javier looks really good in this movie. And you got Christopher Walken playing a very serious role. Very serious. So it all looks good. Looks very authentic, very intense. There's no goofing around on this. Maybe it just took, they tried to make this movie before. Maybe it just took the technology to catch up. I would say the only weak link in this entire thing, and I am nitpicking, Zendaya. I don't totally buy her as a freedom fighter. She's just so petite, but she's trying. It's not like she's not trying. And you got Elvis here as the warrior. This looks, look at it. It just looks great. And this is very epic. So I think this is, Dave Bautista's in it. Everybody's in it. So I think it's going to be good. I didn't see the first one yet. I heard great things. So now that the second one is out, I think I would watch both. I'm not sure how far they're going to go with this because I think this concludes the first book. I think. But there were more books. And back in the day, there was talk about the other books. And that they never lived up to the first book. So that being said, will they just keep doing this? I don't know. But I think the first two movies are going to be worth watching. So let's see. Based on the novel by Frank Herbert, screenplay by Denis Villeneuve, and John Spaeth, directed by Denis Villeneuve. Let's see. All right. So we got Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, forget who she is. Josh Brolin, always good. Austin Butler, Elvis. Florence Pugh, who? Dave Bautista, Christopher Walken, Stephen McKinley Henderson, Leah Seydoux, with Stellan Skarsgård, Charlotte Rampling, and Javier Bardem. So he's not going to be in it as much, let's say. Yeah, I think this could be good. I think this will be a nice little 2-movie set, My worry is they're just going to milk this for all it's worth. But we'll see. Maybe you ought to stop at the second movie. I'm pretty sure they finished the story in the second movie, at least from the first book. After that, I don't know. I think there's isn't there a spin-off TV show that takes place thousands of years before? I don't know how much of this world you can exploit. Maybe you could do a TV show, I guess. But I don't see here. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. She's not bad, but I don't know. She's so tiny, But it is in the future. I don't know. I don't think the fighters had any augmentation beyond their suits, if I'm remembering correctly. So, God, it's been so long since I read the novel. And I guess we're like halfway through. So Paul, who's the protagonist, has been exiled. I think they think he's dead, at least for a portion of it. And he has been living with the basically Bedouin on Dune and learning their ways, and he's going to lead the resistance against the bad guys. I forget what they're called. So after the events of the first one, more guys start piling in, and things look bad. And then Paul learns how to ride those giant, crazy desert worms. And second act, it's all like sort of build up to the eventual confrontation where Paul leads the fighters on a huge victory, essentially. I mean, if you've read the novel, you kind of already know what's going to happen. So, and then he becomes king of the planet, basically, and he controls the spice. The spice is very important, very important. So, yeah, I think it'll be good. I think the 2-movie stint is appropriate. It's an epic book, epic story. I think when they take it beyond that, I don't think it'll be a good deal. But you know Hollywood, right? If this thing hits, then they're gonna be, oh, we gotta do the other books now. We gotta do them all. It's kind of like, in some ways, and there's a weird comparison, it's kind of like Planet of the Apes. Like, the first Planet of the Apes is amazing. If you've ever seen the original movie, it's amazing. If you've never seen it, I won't spoil the ending, but it's all about the ending. After that, it just, like, the second one is almost watchable, and then the third one is like, what? And then it just goes downhill. It just becomes more content, essentially. And I'm talking about the original Planet of the Apes, not the current ones. They're different. So, I would like to think that the guys in the movie studio would look at this and go, wow, we did a nice 2-movie set here. Let's call it a day and move on to the next project. But, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. So, anyhow, I think we can at least join the first 2. And maybe the third one will be good. Who knows? Maybe they'll, I don't know, maybe they'll find a way to up the ante and you'll say, oh, this is pretty good. I don't know. But I think the first 2 are going to be worth watching. I want to watch them when I have time. I think they're a little long. Yeah, 2.5 hours. I mean, this is one of the few movies I would say, yeah, 2.5 hours. I think the first one, oh no, that is the first one, 2.5 hours. I bet this one's about the same length. Let's see. Oh, let's read the write-up. Hopefully they're not going into a third movie for the first story. The saga continues as award-winning filmmaker Edison embarks on Dune 2, the next chapter of Frank Herbert's celebrated Dune novel, or novel Dune. With an expanded all-star international ensemble cast, the film from Warner Brothers Pictures, Legendary Pictures, is highly anticipated follow-up to the 2021 6-time Academy Award-winning Dune. All the many stars. It's a shame. I mean, celebrities aren't really getting you much juice, but maybe Christopher Walken. Maybe. Villeneuve directed from a screenplay co-wrote with John Thafith, based on Herbert's novel. He's collaborating with Dune creatives, Oscar-winning director of photography Greig Fraser. Is that Greig Fraser with an I in it? Okay. Oscar-winning production designer. I mean, the designs look really good. I mean, they're not, Geiger level, but they're really solid, I think. Oscar-winning editor Joe Walker, Oscar-winning visual effects supervisor Paul Lambert, Oscar-nominated costume designer Jacquel West, Oscar-winning composer Hans Zimmer is again to create the score. Score is good. I do like the score. Filmed on location in Budapest, Abu Dhabi, Jordan, and Italy. Shot in Jordan, really? So November 3rd, worldwide release. Yeah, I think this will be good. I mean, I think it'll do okay. I think it'll be do better than the Marvels, which is dropping in November too. I think it drops the weekend after. I, you know, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be the level of say a Lord of the Rings or Star Wars level like craze, but I think people will enjoy it, and I think people will go see it. It doesn't. I don't know if the story sort of brings that out in people like, oh, I gotta go see Dune, unless they've read the novel, which is good. It's not a. To me, it's not a story that draws people in. It's kind of more of an acquired taste. Um, I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I don't think so, but I think it'll be good. I mean, the Oscars certainly help. Um, and it's really not up against much in November, as far as I know. I mean, Marvel's is not gonna do anything. I don't think. So yeah, I think this will be good. Dune 2 coming in November, and you can watch both, I assume, at some point, and then you know wrap it up, Warner Brothers, and consider putting out a nice box set with both movies. Make your money and move on to the next project, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and the dogs somewhere in the background. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be talking about movies in the live stream, where we do it live at 7. Today's theme is going to be, or this week's theme is going to be American movies. Because it's July 4th weekend, and we're going to talk about, well, movies that embody America. Not necessarily movies made in America, because, like, there's so many. I mean, technically, this movie isn't even made in America. It was made all over the world. But movies that, they're not just American made. They're about America, or they have some sort of spirit of America. So I hope to see you there, and we'll see you in the next one.